Hey, I'm Kev Canvasco and welcome to the finale of Season 7. Has gone pretty damn well last time out. We've got to try and repeat that. First up at the Super Hillside Grand Prix. So we'll be back on the old super bikes. Can't we use any perk points? Or can we go back on the old Norton? The Suter, the BMW. The EBR, I haven't really ridden the EBR, have we? We've got the Honda as well, the Kawasaki. Yeah, we've got a Kawasaki with a livery as well. Why not? So we have the Super Sport Kawasaki last time out. Let's see what the Super Bike is like. 5.245 miles long. There's not a 5 at the end of there, what am I saying? As we've got 9 fellow competitors in our split. So we've got 3 fellow Kawasaki's. We've got an EBR. Got a couple of BMWs, and we've got 3 Hondas as well. A time trial event, thankfully. This is the first time we've been around here on a superbike. Apparently, has disgusting, Gary. That nut from Gary. Why are people on the top of a roof? On the left hand side there. Okay. Oh, this is pretty cool with the old colourful fairings we've got around it. Let's see if we can continue the good form from last time then. Or from last episode. Ooh, a bit wide. Get it up right though. Once again, this Kawasaki is so freaking smooth. Always got to be careful of that exit bump. Same through that corner as well. It's very bumpy, that corner. Actually, most of the corners round Hillside are pretty damn bumpy. 5 laps around it. Try to remember where to slow down. Because it's a bit different than the Super Sport bike, which we were last round here with. Or we've only been around here with. The super bike have to be a bit more cautious. The top speed reaching over 170 it's like. And that's about it. Gotta remember, this is like apex corner, that. Like you say, oh, the apex, no. Look how tight it is on the exit, that's a late apex corner. Be careful with the bumps. Remember, this left-hander always catching me out in the first DTR, man. Of course, I was very aggressive into there, and I never really appreciated how difficult that corner is. So you actually have to slow down for it. This corner's annoying because the apex actually used to be that fence. It's now got a bit of shrubbery in front, but it used to just be the fence on the inside there, and you always used to clip it annoyingly. So it's good to see they've actually fixed that as well. Like, well, not really fixed it, but you know, it's more realistic, I guess. This upgrade in front, 224.9. Oh, the bike didn't stop. It just went on. So we're 5.5 back. Now we're over 10 seconds back, because yeah, once again, the bike is very lazy getting on the powers, the Kawasaki. Like, it's smooth, but it's incredibly lazy. It's like, oh, I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. Oh, it's done the same thing again. That's annoying because the leader crashed as well. So there's a good opening that, just easing ourselves in. Now we're trying to push it and we're shitting the bed about it, it seems like. Oh, again. Oh. Of course it goes down on the exit. Maybe this is the Kawasaki I didn't like. I didn't like the super bike compared to the super. But I swear we've only really ridden the super sport bike. I don't remember riding the Kawasaki super bike. Or at least it's been that long ago, I don't remember it. But now we have to push it. We're going to win this. There's 3 mistakes in just a 5 that race. I know it's only like 2.5 minutes of that, so we've got still got a bit of time to work with. Oh my god, bike! What the hell? Went down to first and it just skidded, man. Skidded. Did not try to slow down at all. Yeah, I think it was this bike I didn't like. But then I don't remember actually riding it, so... Yeah, so Super Sport Kawasaki we do like. Superbike Kawasaki though, you don't like. I remember now, because there's a bit like the Super Sport Yamaha with its braking being all over the place. Again, that might be solved with upgrades, so we'll have to see if that will do the trick. Or we're probably like 20 seconds back now. Yeah, well, 25.5 seconds back. So they're doing like 220s at the front. So let's see if we can get close to that. Our pace on the first lap suggests that we could get close to that. Got a bike making noise at us as we push around the halfway mark of this race. Not been a great one so far. But the first lap was good, the second lap was abysmal. Ooh, bike almost flying there. Oh, we go closing up to... Oh, they're together it looks like. Hey, we maybe do have the pace. Almost turning too early. Oh no, it doesn't look like they're separate. I thought they were together there. Seems like just keep it in a higher gear as well helps with the smoothness. So trying to pinch down a lower gear. It might make us slightly slower, but as long as it keeps us upright, that's the most important thing. Ooh, cut some grass there, got away with it. 215. Oh yeah, we can go much quicker than 220. Oh no, no, bye turn. That is not too slow for there either. We did that similar speed on the opening lap. It just did not turn. But I was only a couple seconds quicker than the leader, so seems like they actually didn't see. What the fuck? Why are we down there? That's exactly the same as the second lap. We just went down for no reason. Feels like. Because the bike just suddenly went. You don't get any feedback from that. Suggesting that, oh, we might have braked. Even though we really didn't. Or we might have carried too much speed. But then the bike would wobble a bit. You'd actually feel the bike being a bit too quick through that. Or we would have ended up in the wall or something, but yeah, it just weren't. So let's see if we can close back up then. As we've had, what, 5 crashes this race? We're back to normal, unfortunately. That's more crashes we've had in this race alone than we had in, what, 1.5 episodes? Leading up to this race. Oh my god, bike. What the fuck? That's the stupidest crash I've ever fucking seen. Like, I don't mind bouncing off the wall, but when the bike just gets jammed in the other wall, like, you can't actually get off it. That's stupid, man. Probably clipped through. That's probably what happened. Let's see if we can get back down to a 250 on the final of that. It's not the best warm-up heading to the Irish Championship, but we are back on the Supersport bike, aren't we, for the Irish Championship, hopefully. Have to keep an eye on that. Hope we won't try and do the old switcheroo on us. 235. That's just with 3 crashes again. One of that. Use 20 seconds. Oh, what the fuck? Come on. That was my fault then, because I dabbed the brakes and the bike just went straight on. So I should have braked a touch earlier there. See, now we're going to finish probably last. Like, this is how poor we've been this race. Not the finale you want from regular. Oh, for God's sake. That must just be clipping. Because he didn't even turn the bike that much and it just went down. Because I don't think it actually feels like your rider. Just feels the bike, it seems like sometimes, and that's what leads to crashes like that. Oh, going a bit wide. Where the bike falls and then the rider's like, oh, I have to go down as well. They have improved the animations from 1, but there's still lots of work to do. That was just me braking, though. Well, so we're not going to quite get that 215. And we probably won't ride the Kawasaki again unless it gets upgrades, so... Should have probably rode the Norton round there, being a power track as well, in quite high speed. And now there are quite a few bends as well, which I don't think the Norton would have taken well. But there are a couple of slow corners which the Norton definitely would have taken well with its brakes. What? Oh no, they've got the leaves thing again. Hovering in the air. Well, that was pathetic, as at least we weren't last. Only minute 8 back. As we get some respawn, some money, barely any perk points, come on. As next up, the penultimate round of the Irish Championship. Round the coastline. Can definitely use some perks here. As, what should we do? Could do tyre wears race site reduce. Actually, they'd have the tyre warmer ones. We might choose one of those. Oh no, we've only got one. Not sure I want to use that. Don't have any swagger, so influence is kind of pointless to use. Because we've got all the money that we really need and reputation as well. And then we don't really restart races. We've only done that on a couple of occasions, but definitely not thinking about doing it now, so it's going to have to be tyre wear, isn't it? Oh, it did try to do the old switcheroo. Caught it. So it's an every 2 races thing then. Because I did it with the first 2 races. Didn't do it for 3 and 4. Did it for 5. Didn't do it for 6. Did it for 7. And I guess for Fanardi you can switch as well. As we've got a couple of Giant Daytonas. We've got 4 fellow Hondas. And 3 MRs, including the big guns. Cameron Donald, Bruce and Colin French are joining the party. For 4 laps, just over 8 miles long, 8.7 miles long this circuit. 4 minutes 30. Our fastest lap on the Supersport bike round here. Hosing it to make it 6 wins from 7. And that is how you start things off. Head towards the sky. Watch out for the bumps. As down to 5th. But then we could just dive bomb up to 2nd or 3rd. Up to 2nd, I said. Up into the lead even. Oh, I forgot to take parts off the Honda. Oh my god, it's going to be too much round here, isn't it? Honda. Probably should have taken the engine off, make a bit of a challenge. Okay, for Fanardi around the Circle of Ireland. I'll try and remember to take parts off. God, easy flat on the Supersport bike. Wow, we're on 60 miles per hour. We're cruising. Even through here. The Superbike, we're right on the edge. The Sport bike, easy flat though. Until the right hander coming up. Then we've got a slight lift, I think. Oh no, we could maybe take that flat. All the way down to braking. All these slow corners. Insane. Careful on the throttle. As we go past the house. It's a bit cloudy, isn't it? A bit misty. Slight lift there for the bump. We've got slight lifts for all the bumps around there as well. Around the corners. And then, unlike the Circle of Ireland, we're braking immediately into a hairpin here. So if I need to carry on, this is start-finish straight. That race. Actually, quite a lot of this circuit in the Circle of Ireland. It's kind of like half of this circuit, isn't it? Or a third of this. In the Circle of Ireland, as we go down stupidly. That's the most pointless crash I've seen since the last race. When we crashed into the bank at the hairpin. See, sometimes you don't get away with clipping the pavement. You know, again, we did that at slow speed, barely affected the bike. Probably could have got away with it. Oh, that's way too wide, mate. It's into the airfield. Or past it. Shame we don't go onto the runway with this layout. Just put a ramp at the end and then you land on this road. See? It would have been even better, this circuit. Let's go past the wind farm. So we're being aggressive here on this opening. That really want to put away. Can hear nothing behind. So we're literally in time trial mode already at the end of this opening lap. So nicely and early on the power. Nicely over the bumps. Great on the power. 434, we're already close to how fast is that round on a super sport bike. Could have beaten it without a crash. It's 12.8 the gap already. So watching Joe Dunlop in his prime here. Miles ahead of everyone. In a different race. So nicely downhill. Just hug that inside. See, this is more like it compared to Hillside. It helps that the super sport bikes are a bit easier to ride, especially compared to first TTI, man. But I guess every bike is, because the handling model is much better. But it's easier around here because, you know, you're not balancing the throttle as much. Like, it is virtually flat everywhere. Here we go. Let's test this out. Oh my god, it's so easy flat. Could fit a bus in the gap there on the outside. Look how easy flat it was. It's all cutting the grass. There we go. Good waiting for the apex there. Normally we take that apex pretty early and then get on the power way too early. Same with that corner as well. So easy to take early apex in a couple of these corners. So you just got to flow with them a bit more, like, especially when they're downhill. Don't need to be chasing the apex. The bike will naturally get there. It's all over that jump. Surprised the bike stayed upright, to be honest. Man, this is definitely in the top 3 of the Irish Championship circuits. Like, fast, flowing. Actually, probably the best circuit I'm finding. Like, I would have the Lake circuit as well, like round 4, but those bumps on affiliation, bloody annoying. Yeah, this circuit just flows. Brilliant flow. It's only towards the end of that, so it's starting here where it starts to break down a bit of the flow, but even then it's not too bad. It's like Circuit of the Americas, but it's got all these flowing complex of corners, and then you've got that kind of Hockenheim Ring Stadium section-esque in the middle of the lap before reverse turn 8, which kind of just breaks up the flow a bit, but then it does lead to quite a lot of side-by-side racing, so it's a plus and a minus. And your feelings on it depend on, you know, how much you enjoy the side-by-side stuff, even if sometimes it can be a bit arbitrary. A bit like the Silverstone extension. They added it like a decade ago now. Like with New Abbey leading onto the Wellington Straight and Brooklands. Oh, that whole new section. Oh my god, we smashed our fastest. That's 4:17. Absolutely flying round here. Oh, that new Silverstone section again, it's exactly the same. Like, you get the side-by-side action. You know, sometimes it can be arbitrary. But do you prefer it? And it breaks up the flow of the circuit as well. The whole new section 34.38. That is ridiculous. Like, I much prefer the older Silverstone circuits compared to the current one. But yeah, then it does set up maybe more racing in new layout. And I guess that's the name of the game now. It's not about as much pushing the limits in most series, it's about that entertainment factor. Of course, that's varying degrees for each series. Like, Formula E still retains both, F1 does as well. And then IndyCar has a bit of development, but it's mostly about, you know, entertainment. You know, you all have the same car. For the most part, you're, you know, very similar at the beginning. But then all the teams are different, and that's always going to be the biggest variation. There's never going to be an actual spec series because the teams are always going to be wildly different in how good they are, how much money they have, and then the drivers as well, like driver quality. So is there actually any spec series around? Probably not. Even if they are all using the same car, same like F3 and F2. Are they spec when Art and Prema always win the championships? Probably not. Because they have the best organisations, either with manpower, driver quality, just organisation, like, or just with the money they have at their disposal, like they can more free operate compared to someone like, say, MP Motorsport, which for a long time was a much smaller organisation than Art or Prema. Or High Tech as well. Like long time competitors in British F3, but not so much on the international stage. Like Prema and Art, I've competed in F3, in GP2, F2, F3 for up to 2 decades now, I think, for both. Got mountains of experience, mountains of success as well, to prove how good they are. And if you just look at who Art have promoted in the first 5 years of GP2 alone, like Nico Rosberg, Lewis Hamilton, you had Nico Hulkenberg, you've got Pastor Maldonado, who's, yeah, he won a race at F1 level, won the GP2 title as well after he left Art. We're getting a bit stupid now, aren't we? It's a pretty good race, and now we talk about Maldonado, and now look what happens. The meme continues. Even though I don't mind Pasta compared to about, it seems like 90% of people. Let's say we've got on the final lap. Like, he's one of those drivers that, another era, he might have been more well received, but in an era like this where information is like golden, like we got lots of cameras, got basically a whole race, you can see everything now, especially with F1 TV, from what I've seen. Like, now that I can't hide away from the fact that he took out drivers, he has a bit of a vicious streak, which is throughout the whole of his career. And despite having all of that speed, he also is propped up by money from Venezuela, and what was it, 40 million, wasn't it, to Williams? That's how much he was giving them in 2011, I think. Didn't have that ousted Nico Hülkenberg as well from his seat, so Hülkenberg has set out a year. So it's not the first time Nico's had a sit out. We're born pre-season. I know age is not on his side in everything, but there's still a couple of seats for next year which he could get if he's still interested, of course, being in F1, which does seem to be. Like, he could actually get that Haas seat for next season, you never know. With Haas being such a weird case now, I don't know what to think of Haas. It seems like they reached their peak and now they're on the downside already. But their cars always having brake problems, which is pretty noticeable. And just, I don't know, they just can't seem to get their shit together. Doesn't help that Gene Haas keeps talking, oh, I want to leave. If we don't keep improving, that's just adding more pressure onto the pole, and they have not responded well to that pressure at the team. Doesn't help that teams around them keep improving, and it is so tight in F1. Like, even Williams improved quite a bit from last season in the first round, and that means the field is separated by like a second in Austria. It's second and a half. It's ridiculous. That's even with a Mercedes like half a second ahead of the whole freaking field. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, Haas. It'd be a good thing to talk about Haas at the end of this season. Like 5 years in, see what Haas is, what they could be in the next 5 years. What is the future of Haas? Like, because Gene Haas is used to winning with Stuart Haas in NASCAR. He's not used to being second fiddle or stuck in a midfield fight for like 5th or just for points scoring. Like, he's used to winning. As we lap someone and comfortably win. We lap someone over a 4-minute lap. Come on, Bill. Come on. As for comfy ahead of Bruce by over a minute. So we've won the championship. 25 points ahead of Kevin Graham. 6 out of 7 victories. Ryan Smith has virtually half our points in 3rd. Then you've got David Stevens, Louise Penn, Bruce, Cameron Donald, and Colin French up to 6th, 7th, and 8th ahead of John Smith and Charlie Lindsay as well. And tyre wear is greatly reduced, got some lubricant as well. Barely put points back though. As we just completed the 3rd and final objective, so we get 8 grand. That's not bad payday. As next up we'll do... Should we do the Airfield special? That can be like our short race. You knew I had to get Daddy Norton out for the Airfield race. 2 miles, 1minute 5.8 our best lap time, as it's a time trial event as well. So just like old Blair Forest, we've got a BMW, a Honda and 3 Kawasaki's with us. And we've got, again, just following us. Oh, I love the sound. So this is a circuit that should really suit the Norton. Long Airfield straights run race here. In some tight corners with its exceptionally good braking. Let's get going. I still don't know why the dash. Why is the speedo covered when it could be on the no display part? Like, you have to answer that. Okay, that's done. It makes no sense. To be honest, in my eyes, like, why is no display there when you could just put the speedo up when it's actually covered? Maybe it's something they wanted to do with the design. What, they had something else in there? Can't possibly think what that would be. Across the line, 113.8. What's it, 105 we're trying to beat, aren't we? Oh, bike trying to outbrake itself there. Lead by 6 seconds already. Gonna get some lapping done in the final lap here. Probably should have ridden the EBR. We've barely ridden the EBR, haven't we? We couldn't resist the Norton round here. It is tailor-made for this Norton. There's already someone to lap on the freaking second lap of a minute lap. Oh, thanks, Bruce. Or fake Bruce. A little bit wide there. Minute 6.9. Oh, we're just getting in the flow here. Oh, there's a couple of people standing on the infield. They were like marshals. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, we got someone else in front. 16.2 the gap. Come on, we're already lapping, folks. No, he's barely hitting the throttle. It's just going for like track day here for them. There we go, 105.3, that is more like it. Someone else in front now. Is that like the whole field already that we've lapped on the penultimate lap? It's at least half of them, isn't it? Because there's 6 of them, aren't there? Or 6 of us in total. So there's 2 more to find. Also, what looks like second's going to be out of reach. They're lapping consistently 9 seconds slower than us. Who knows about third in this race? No, 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 no! Come on! Now I can't lap them. So into the final lap here, a shocking 111.6. Seems like we can't have a race without something going wrong in this episode though. It was too perfect up to that point. Because we definitely know we're going to mess up in the Circle of Ireland race coming up. Oh, they're in front, we can just about see them. They're like 10 seconds up the road though. God damn it, that crash did deny us lap in third. About 31.6. No, you can just about see them now. They're like 5 seconds up the road. See, no, they actually try and accelerate during the corners. Annoying bugger. Oh, down the inside. Nicely done. Oh, that wasn't third. That was someone else, was it? There's like top 4 didn't get that. Oh no, they're different races, aren't there? Yeah, 15 riders, but comfortably won by 43.2 cents instead of Fred Rice. To get all powerful lubricant and then a full checkup, which you will definitely need after using powerful lubricant, as it's the finale. The Circuit of Ireland, round 8 of the season. Do we dare use any perks? I don't think so. I think we want to try and get up to 100 for the TTs. So 14.35 miles, 2 laps. First record 7 minutes 21.6. As we've got Bruce, Cameron Donald and Colin with us. And with Kevin Graham, Ryan Locksmith as well. So we've got the usual consortium of 2 Triumph Daytonas, 3 Yamahas, and the rest are Hondas. Let's try and go out on a high. That's way too much revving. Or not enough. That's all. We're already rubbing elbows. We hold on to the lead. I know, it's on the wrong corner, same with the next corner. Oh, sweeps in front of us. I think that's Cameron Donald trying to do that. Getting all my braking points wrong here. I'm trying to be cautious on this though, but I'm trying to actually make it through all the corners. It's a bit of a rarity round here. Oh, we're not the best round the Circuit of Ireland. You know, I've ridden all of these corners before, most of them. It's all from all the different circuits. It's just the other way round. So we've got to remember where we've got to brake, etc. Like this is the corkscrew. I absolutely love the other way. Not so much that way though. As we head towards the bumps of infuriation section coming up. It's like you don't really feel the bumps this way, isn't it? That's the extent of the bumps. Just got to do slight lifts. Oh god, turn. Oh, got away with that. So now we've turned on to, what's it, Fairmount Racer, haven't we? Into the S's. Or the Monte Carlo Rally S sections with all these switchback corners. Which are incredibly infuriating normally, but this way, my god, you have to be so freaking patient as demonstrated. Apart from this corner you can really attack. Like it's more flowing the other way. Now we're heading into the village. Got some bumps to avoid. Over the bridge. And then this tricky right-hander now instead of left. And then we've got the first of the hairpins. Sounds like we're pulling away. I can distantly hear the no behind. We're still within earshot, so we've only got like a 5-second lead. That's still within a mistake. But we're better like halfway through the freaking lap at the moment. So you've got a bit of geography there. You've got the old wind farm to our right now. We're about to link up past it though. Oh, bit wide. Got to be careful not carrying too much speed over this section. So you go left. And now we're into the end of the coastline where we've just been racing around. So we don't actually link up with the wind farm, do we? As I have no idea why we crashed it. The bike just decided it didn't like me braking. So I guess I carried too much speed. That's a shame. I was trying to go for a clear run here in the Circle of Ireland for once. But then I don't think we've ever won this race. So this would be something as well. Finishing first. So we know we're quick in this section. Oh my god, brake! So I expect a bike to respond. On that occasion it was just like, no, I'm going forward. It's like that was not the plan, bike. You've been through this. When I brake, you brake as well. Man, we've only one full hopefully. This could be our quickest lap by a country mile at Supersport level. I don't think we've ever been through this lap this cleanly on any level. We'll go downhill. To the left and the right. Gonna pound nice and hard. So go nice and smooth. So come up to the final corner. Can't quite tell that final corner. Oh, 7-11. 10 seconds quick on the opening lap. There's always that bump on around that section. For some reason that section's so bumpy, even though it doesn't look it. Bit crazy. That's the lead, 19.1. I think we're okay. That's the longer 5 seconds. So they're doing like 7:30s. Not opening that, so that'll probably be down to like 7:25. Even though the coastline is my favourite, so this is probably the best circuit to show off this kind of island map though, running around the outside of it. Just show you how beautiful it is. God, it is quite a lot of detail. I know it's mostly countryside, but detail of like the kind of towns and villages as well. Well, mostly villages, like the old settlement around here. Yeah, it shows how beautiful this map is. Like, we're around the lake now. And they are distinct sections as well. Like, you got the lake, you got kind of the winding roads. Like, these are more flat out. The section. And then when you do get into the settlements, it's a bit slower. Like through here. Oh, they have done a pretty nice job of this map. Yeah, so it's a shame it's not more integrated into Korea though. Like you can just ride round and ride to events. Like the Dunlops do when they go to Northwest 200 because they live a couple of miles away from the event. Like they just go there. Cool if you could just do that. And be a bit more, I don't want to say like Forza Horizon, but the training events, you can do other events and stuff, and not just challenge zones. Like, it's just all integrated. I know it sounds exactly like Forza Horizon for bikes, but it's nice. Forza Horizon works pretty well. Like, it's Korea now, it's all integrated into this one big off-road ecosystem. Like with Career and Online on one map, works pretty well. You can see that potential here with TTR the Man. But I do think in general TTR Man's done pretty well with improving, changing things from the first TTR Man, making it a much better experience in game and just enjoyable. Like the riding model was not enjoyable in the first TTR Man. This is much better. Still some things to work on, but it's getting there. The same with the WRC games, like they did that huge improvement from 7 to 8. Hopefully there'll be further refinement with 9. Not just adding new stuff. No, one feature I'm very excited to see how it will play out is the co-driver feature in WRC 9. Like, you can have your friend just be the co-driver instead of listening to the actual co-driver, which will be make some hilarious videos. I was thinking hilarious streams as well. Like, if anyone is up for being my co-driver in WRC 9, let me know. We can do a stream of me crashing into trees because you're doing the laws as a co-driver or something like that. Or me just in general just crashing into trees, and you'll probably get frustrated with me crashing all the time while it's in WRC. Once they also mentioned about WRC 9 as well, improving engine sound, which is majorly needed. Hopefully that is a massive improvement. Also the calendar, maybe there'll be a bit of variety between seasons. Or more variety. That's the same problem with TTR Man 2 of the calendar system. Like, it's just a bit repetitive by this point, by season 7. Like, there's no real encouragement to carry on from this point with normal calendar. Like, we don't need to fight for the Irish Championship either now that we won it. We can just try some different events maybe in hardcore mode next season. Like, we're not necessarily going for the Irish Championship now. We can just try some events that we never had the chance to participate in because we have been going for the Irish Championship. that'd be pretty cool to try out in hardcore mode, depending how far we can get in hardcore mode. I want to actually try and complete a season and complete a TT in hardcore mode. That's why I'm trying to, push through, finishing the regular season this week, and then hardcore mode next week, and then we should settle down with F1 and MotoGP hopefully the week after. So those who enjoy MotoGP, it's not gone. It's just that I'm having to work through this series to try and, get to where I need to be by the end of the month. Especially as we've got more games coming on the rise in the next couple of months that I need to prepare for too as well. So there we go. 7:03 on the final. Not quite under 7 minutes. I think we could have achieved it though. As we're 36 seconds ahead of Donald. I forgot to take parts off again, didn't I? Within that Bill. That's a plus for Bill. I know it's very close. I mean, we're closer to him than he was to Charlie Lindsay. So, almost. We've got Kevin Graham down in 5th behind the wild cards, and then Rocksmith, Stevens, and Swift of the final point. So in the end, we win 7 of 8 races. If only you didn't screw up that one race, could have had a perfect season. 117 points, 34 to Kevin Graham, our best season by a country mile. I think our best next points is when we finished second on our first Superbike season with like 92 or something like that. So absolutely smashed it. So we've got Graham in second, Rocksmith in third, Stevens in fourth, Pent in fifth, then Bruce in sixth ahead of Cameron Donald, Colin French, John Swift, Charlie Lindsay, Michael Stone, Sean Hogan, and Bill in last. As we get reputation, some tyre warmers as well, and the perk points are fully replenished. So you're on a new project everyone's talking about. You were very impressed with your latest win. You're with the big boys now, Kev says. John McGuinness. As the entire Irish Championship team, congratulations on winning your championship. We hope to see you again next year at Irish Motorcyclists Union. It is a weird championship to win though, because what was that? Super Sport, and then was it Superbike, and began receiving on Super Sport. It's a mixture of classes. Never had a championship like that where we've won with a mixture of Superbike and Super Sport, or a mixture with different classes like that. But it's done. Regular season stuff is done. Now we've just got the TTs to go. The Super Sport TT, the Superbike TT, and the Senior TT. Now, I'm not sure if I want to do all of the TTs. I want to save maybe like the Senior TT for hardcore mode if we get through it all. Because I think it'd be a good time to end, TT Isle of Man 2 with a Senior TT in hardcore mode. I think that would be pretty fun. If we can survive the season, of course. But I definitely want to do the Super Sport TT again. I haven't done that for a while. And probably a Superbike TT as well. And then we'll jump into the hardcore season, see how far we can get, and then hopefully we'll end with the Senior TT next season. That is the goal. That is the way forward. Hopefully in 5 episodes time. So we end with, we'll be like episode 52 or something we're going to end with. Because we've got 2 episodes here. We're up to 45, so 47. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which maybe like 53, 54 episodes in total. Maybe 55. We might split up some of the races going on there. Especially if we want to take part in, say, like the Junior TT or Classic TT. Ooh. I assume we might have to take part in the Classic TT, won't we, in hardcore mode as well. But I hope you enjoyed a brilliant regular season. I know we've still making quite a lot of mistakes, but the pace has got much better, hasn't it? So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for probably the Super Sport TT next time.